Hey guys, Danny Shade Show. I am sitting here with Ryan Tennell, who is we're kind of going back in time a little bit with me. I grew up in Guthrie, Oklahoma, which a lot of you guys may know was the first state capital of Oklahoma until they stole the seal and put it where the nowadays Oklahoma City is. So Guthrie, Oklahoma, fun fact, was actually the first Oklahoma city. Established in the land run when it all began. So Ryan come here and he has got a bike and hot rod night that's coming up at the Rock. And for those of you that don't know what the Rock is, it is the football stadium there just right downtown Guthrie. Ryan, for the viewers that don't know you, if you don't mind, maybe tell us a little bit about yourself. I mean, have you lived in Guthrie your whole life or new to it?
Okay. Well, my name is Ryan Tennell, and no, I haven't lived in Guthrie my whole life. I grew up in southern Logan County, went to Edmond schools, then I worked for the city of Oklahoma City and moved into Midwest City for quite a few years, but back in 2019, moved back to Logan County. Then moved into the town of Guthrie in 2020 and kind of planted my roots there. Wanted my kids not to be in Edmond schools. I wanted them to have a little bit smaller town to grow up in. So that's where we've been since 2020, and they seem to like it a lot. And
Man, I get that. That's what brought me to Perry. When I first moved to Perry, my kids were just starting their school careers, I guess you would say. They were about 5 years old, 6 years old. And I wanted the kind of small town. I was already working here. I used to manage a car dealership here, Rubel Vance Chevrolet. And driving back and forth from Guthrie, because I was raised in Guthrie. I mean, I'm a Guthrie boy. But, man, it was crazy. The schools, I had kind of went through them, K through 12, and it was a little different.
Yeah.
Just a little while back, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever it was. And so we came up here to Perry since I was already working here, and the schools brought us here too. So I kind of feel that, man. Sometimes you get these kids in these great big school systems and these big cities, and they just kind of get lost in the stream.
Yeah, whenever I graduated, there was over 1,000 people in my graduating class, and
Wow.
I knew I knew I didn't want my kids to be exposed to some of the stuff that I was exposed to at a young age, and so it was kind of one of those things. I'd gotten a divorce and got custody of the kids, and I knew that while they were in Midwest City schools, it really wasn't the greatest environment, and so that's whenever we ended up Logan County and then in the town of Guthrie.
Right on. So you're putting on this bikes and hot rod night. I noticed the Harley hat. Are you a bike guy? I mean, are you a club guy? You ride or?
I do ride. I'm not a club guy. I actually started out in mini trucks and hot rods whenever I was from 15 to, I'm still building cars and trucks today.
I got some friends, Kim and Colton Conrad. They do mini trucks. They're pretty big into mini trucks.
Yeah, and it's crazy. There's a lot of people that are into the motorcycle scene now that used to be mini truckers. That used to build hot rods and stuff, and they just kind of slowly transitioned out of that. I have the bad problem of I like both of them.
Yeah.
So I've got tons of projects. I've got cars. I've got trucks. I've got a bike. And I'm building I bought a 1986 Honda Elite Deluxe scooter the other day, and I was like, I've never seen anybody do a lowrider style out of it. So tore it all down, lowered it, white walls, and getting ready to do massive flake with candy paint. And
That's awesome.
yeah,
You do all the paint stuff yourself?
I dabble.
Okay.
I worked for my best friend. My best friend, she passed away 6 months before my son was born. He's 15 now. But I worked for her husband for many years at his body shop, just as a part-time gig to try to keep.
Is it in Guthrie?
No,
Oh, gotcha.
He was off of Waterloo Road and I-35 for quite a while, and now he kind of just went private and building hot rods and stuff in Newcastle.
Oh, cool.
So whenever I sent him a picture of that scooter, I was like, I want to do something crazy with it, and he was like, tear it apart, bring it down, let's flake it, and then let it sit for a little bit, and then we'll do some candy and throw it back together. So
That's awesome.
That's kind of something that I'm playing with right now. It's just something right around Guthrie and right up to the bike and hot rod night. Just kind of a toy.
Yeah. So we share a similar friend. One really a guy that I've known since, I mean, we were probably 6, 7 years old.
Yeah.
Levi.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Levi he's actually big into his family is big into the territorial riders in Guthrie. Yep. Great club, great organization.
Definitely.
They do everything for everybody. I mean, if you want to see a bunch of selfless guys that just go out and do stuff for their community, territorial riders are definitely the club that you would want to model yourselves after if you were looking to do something like that.
Definitely.
But no, it was cool because he reached out and he said, man, I got this guy. He's got a heart for Guthrie. He's got a heart for the band. Is it the band?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have kids in band?
I have a daughter. She's a junior. She's in color guard. So she's out there waving the flags while the band's playing.
Yep.
And then my son, he is a freshman, but he's a tenor player, drum line, and he's ate up with it. And that's one thing, like he started playing in the high school band as an 8th grader, and he loved it. I was one of those problem child kids that, I got in more trouble and didn't do extracurricular activities that were involved with school. So whenever he showed the interest in ag and band, same thing with my daughter. Yes, support it any way I could. Yes. And so he's actually, before we left the house, he was writing an essay to be section leader for percussion this year as a sophomore coming up.
Oh, wow.
He wants to.
So he's fresh, man. He's still got a few years to kind of hone in and rock and roll.
Yeah. And he loves it. I mean, it's one thing, and it's really cool because, I played instruments whenever I was younger. I played guitar, tried to play the drums, but I just played by ear. And to watch the kids sit down and read music, I'm just like, I don't understand it, but it just clicks for him. And
I get it.
It's an awesome thing to watch. And then same thing with my daughter. Whenever she was young, she didn't have any rhythm at all, like couldn't hold a tune, anything like that. And out there on the field, she swings those flags and does all the moves that she needs to do. And I'm like, wow, that's not even the same kid. So the band is dear to my heart. And I was sitting, it was two winters ago now. We were at a band competition and noticed all of these schools, they were playing like newer songs, upbeat, really like the crowd got into it. And
kind of up to date.
Yeah, up to date music.
Yeah, relevant.
And so I asked my son, I said, why do you guys play this stuff that like the crowd doesn't get behind? Everybody claps, but nobody really knows what you're playing.
Yeah.
And he told me it was because music rights. I didn't know that the bands had to pay for music rights to play music of different performers, AC/DC, Michael Jackson, stuff like that. So they have to purchase those music rights.
That's
And
ridiculous.
yeah, and so I'm sitting there thinking after the fact, and I told my wife, I was like, this is a crazy idea, but you know, Guthrie, the sports are they're provided for very well through the
Oh yeah,
band
yeah,
boost or
yeah.
through the boosters and stuff like that. But what could I do to support the band? And it was just one of those things. I was like, I like motorcycles. I didn't really know too many people around town that rode. I mean, me and my wife we'll go ride in Arkansas, Northwest Arkansas. We'll go ride up to Kansas and stuff like that. But I really didn't know anybody in the community around me that rode or any clubs or anything like that. So I said, I just want to look into it and see what it would take to put on an event. In the town of Guthrie to benefit the band. And she was like, "Well, whatever you want to do, just she knows that I'll research it until I beat it to death." And that's what I did. And that's where I met Levi and the territorial riders. Actually had pulled the permit, not knowing what I was doing. Never put on an event before. But I reached out to territorial riders, which at that time, whenever I sent their Facebook page a message and I said, "Hey, I'm trying to do an event here. This is a fundraiser for the band. Um, I don't know if you guys would be interested, but would you guys maybe want to sponsor?" And Levi's dad, Nick, reached out and he called me and he was like, "Yeah, sounds like a good idea. I'm gonna send you Levi's number. You talk to Levi and we'll get everything worked out." And so we were able to throw some great sponsors together last year and put on an event that the first one actually blew my mind. I never anticipated it being as big as it was the first night. And the whole time I was thinking territorial riders and the other sponsors and everybody that just came out, because I didn't know everybody would just come out to support like they did. And we were able to put on 5 events throughout the year. It's the second Friday of each month between May and September. And we put on 5 events last year. No problems with any kind of rowdiness, any kind of fights or wrecks or
Yeah,
anything like
people
that.
people going to those events usually police their own.
Yeah. And we're able to raise $3,000 for the band boosters last year. And so at the end of the year, I threw a little wrench in it, and I was like, why don't we? Because we had everybody coming out with motorcycles, but I know there's a bunch of hot rodders up in Guthrie, Perry, Stillwater. I said, why don't we throw hot rods in it the last night? And last night we I think we had 150 bikes and 25 cars that came out. Had a pretty good turnout. We had vendors and food trucks and live music. And so I kind of, beginning of this year, I thought, well, let's just expand on that and see if we can make it even bigger. And I went ahead and started. It's funny because there's other bike nights, bigger bike nights in the city, Oklahoma City, and I thought, okay, let's go ahead and throw hot rods in. And so I announced it, and then they did the same thing. So they had the same mind track that I had. That hey, let's bring everybody together, not just people that ride, but
Yeah,
people that build drag cars and mini trucks and Volkswagens. So it's kind of all came together. Everybody is doing bikes and hot rods this year, and I think it just brings more focus to. I wanted to bring more focus to the town of Guthrie because yes, we do have car shows, we do have poker runs and stuff like that, but why not bring them to the downtown area and let them see the local businesses, let them see where the kids play football, where the band plays, and it was just a cool event that we wanted to expand on, and that's what we were able to do.
Very cool. So, so when is the event?
The first one is May 8th.
May 8th.
Yep.
And it's going to be bikes and hot rods.
Bikes and hot rods.
In Guthrie, downtown Oklahoma,
Guthrie.
right there at the football stadium.
Yep. East Harrison Avenue, just on the east side of Division on Harrison. You won't be able to miss it. We'll have the road shut down, feather flags that say Bike and Hot Rod Night. You'll hear the horsepower.
Yeah. What time does it start?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. You're going to have food vendors and stuff like that?
Food vendors. We have a couple of other vendors that sell leather work stuff that's been tooled. We have some.
Oh, okay. So you got merchants too.
Yeah.
Right on.
And we have other sponsors. Actually, this year we were able to.
Who's your sponsors? Let's give them a little love if you know some of them off the top of your head.
Bike Night at the Rock, or Bike and Hot Rod Night at the Rock this year. We have our title sponsor. It's presented by Harley World.
Awesome.
Yep, we're Harley Davidson World. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Harley Davidson World is our title sponsor this year. We have the Territorial Riders again that we're very eager to sponsor. War Eagles, their club also that is sponsoring this year. Tim's Body Works. I know you being from Guthrie, you know Tim's Body Works.
Is that Stegner, isn't it?
Yeah. So they were sponsors last year, and they're sponsors again this year. Lakeside Customs. Doug, he was definitely willing to sponsor whenever I reached out. Cody's Performance Cycles in Oklahoma City. Roots Realty.
Yeah.
They're a she's a realtor and broker. She's been a friend of mine for years and years, so she always definitely sponsors the kids and helps the kids as much as she can. GT's Brownie Bonanza is a new sponsor that we got. He is actually from Coyle. He's 15. He's been operating his own business for 2 years now. Awesome kid. Him and his mom definitely supported Bike Night last year and wanted to be sponsors this year. 7-7 Upholstery. He does some amazing interior work. Friend of mine, he has a podcast also. It's called Chubby Boy Magic. It's kind of a mixture of bikes, hot rods, and sit around, have a beer, and talk about cool stuff.
Yeah.
And those we have more.
I get it. And I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but if you had a couple you wanted to show some love to off the top of the head.
Definitely.
Yeah, John Vance, you ever go out there?
I did reach out to John Vance. They said not this year. They were actually supporting the band in another avenue. Which
they support everything.
Yeah. And so, yeah.
But I keep up with them because you know Megan and Garrett and Derek and all them out there and Dennis Lynn and just everybody out there really. I know they're big supporters and they're always wanting to put cars and stuff and advertise and do things and kind of support the local downtown. And I'm not trying to put words in their mouth or anything, but I feel like I know them pretty well. I mean, I worked with them for about 10 years.
Yeah.
So maybe the timing was off. They've already kind of committed to do something with the band already, but maybe next year. But they'd be a great partner to have.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they're very involved.
And I filled out the application online, and I was hoping to maybe, because they have the Dodge dealership there too, hoping to maybe get them to bring out like a Hellcat or a Demon or something like that, and
try to get with them a little earlier. Maybe see if you can put that together. That'd be cool.
Yep. So
But all right. So you said May 8th,
May 8th is the first one.
6 o'clock.
Second Friday of each month. So we got May 8th, June, I think 10th, 12th. No, June 12th, July 10th, August 14th, and September 11th.
Well, there you go, guys. Ryan is putting it out there. You know, people talk about doing stuff all the time, and then every once in a while you find somebody that puts a plan together and executes it, and it sounds like he's got it going on. He's running around like a chicken with his head cut off, getting sponsors and getting everything going just to love on these kids at the Guthrie Band and trying to give them a little bit of a leg up and give them some money that they can, I guess, pay the fee so they can get some rights to some cool music to get the crowd moving.
Yeah,
Is that the case, I guess, huh?
Yeah, we just do a check whether they use it on music rights or instruments or uniforms, whatever helps, and that's what
I was in the Guthrie Band. I played the cornet.
Okay.
I was terrible. And I never qualified to play at the football games anyway. I wasn't the best student. I guess I'm telling on myself a little bit here, but I'll tell you what, I had a ball. We had a great band program. Our band teachers were amazing, and I'm sure they still are.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, guys, come out May 8th, Guthrie, Oklahoma, downtown at the Rock. Support these people. There's going to be motorcycles. There's going to be hot rods. There's going to be food. There's going to be vendors. There's going to be good people, good times. Thank you to the Territorial Riders and all the other sponsors. We love you guys. We appreciate everything you do for the community and the kids. I'm telling you, man, small towns can't survive without people like this. And so when they go ahead and put themselves out there and they roll the dice, we need to show up and we need to do our part and support them, because at the end of the day, it's all for the kids.
Yep.
So I appreciate you. If you enjoyed the show, like it, follow it. We're on YouTube, The Danny Shade Show on YouTube, The Danny Shade Show on Facebook. I'm not really good at all this, so I'm just going to tell you, man, do what you can to be a part of it. If you want to see more content, we'll have Ryan back, maybe get the Territorial Riders. We'll all get together and maybe even down there at Bike Night and do a recap of what we've done and see if we can't help push them a little further. But as always, love you guys. Y'all stay out there.